Today, I want to talk about something that is a little bit hard, and that is post traumatic stress disorder. A lot of times we'll hear it shortened to just the abbreviations of PTSD. So we hear that a lot, and people tend to just use it for anything that they may not really care for, right? Oh, that just gives me PTSD or whatever. And I feel that that really downplays it because PTSD is a very serious mental health issue. Now, sometimes we can also hear it on the other side of the pendulum. Seems to kind of swing to one side or the other, just sort of minimize it. You see a spider and oh, that just gives me PTSD if you don't care for spiders. Or, that's just one example. Or sometimes, like I said, the other side of the pendulum to where people with PTSD are kind of um, classified as crazy or something and dangerous. And that's not necessarily true either. Um, can be in very extreme cases of somebody maybe having a PTSD episode. And in that episode, they think maybe they're back in a war, fighting or something, and everybody around them is the bad guy. And during that episode, it could be dangerous if maybe not handled properly or something, right? But most of the time, PTSD is very much, what's the word, but kind of under control and stabilized. That's the word that I was looking for. Um, and most people are not psychotic, they're not dangerous. In order to have PTSD, first off, you have to be diagnosed with that by a medical professional. Secondly, you have had to have had a very life altering moment happen in your life where your life was in danger, full fledged danger. You might not make it out of that situation alive, such as a military veteran, or even just a military active duty person, somebody that suffered rape or incest, um, domestic violence, survivors of that, those sort of things. Um, where you're, like I said, fleeing with your life in your hands. You just don't even know if you're going to make it out safe or not. And when that happens, that triggers something in your brain. And your brain goes into fight or flight mode, and you're always on high alert. You can never relax. You may have flashbacks of being in that situation occasionally or quite often, depends. You may have nightmares of being in that situation. It could be occasionally or it could be very often. Luckily, there are medicines and counseling that can help keep it pretty much under control. Of course, as with any medical situation, nothing in life is 100%, and same with that. But thankfully, with modern medicine, like I said, it can most of the time be very stabilized. I want to emphasize again, those that suffer from this condition, you are not psychotic, you're not crazy. It's not even your fault because something happened to you that put you in that situation to where you weren't sure if you were going to make it out alive or not. And anyone in that situation, that's just most of the time what's going to happen because it's highly traumatic. And life will probably never be 100% the same. But that's okay because you're safe, you're sound, you're okay, and you made it out of whatever situation it was. And look how far you have come. You should be very proud of yourself. And those around you that care about you should be very proud of you too. Because not everybody would have either made it out of that situation alive, or maybe they wouldn't have sought help. And that's the key, is to seeking mental health help. No one should have to suffer in any situation, whether it's physically or mentally, alone. There's help out there. And if you haven't sought help for whatever reason, I would highly encourage you to do so. Please do so. You don't have to suffer alone. There are people out there that care about you and they want to help you. And if you do that, then hopefully you can get your life back on track. It might not ever be, like I said, 100% the same, because the hard things that happen in life, they're hard for a reason, aren't they? If they weren't, they wouldn't be hard. But just because it's hard, that doesn't mean it's impossible, because there is help available. So take care. I hope that encourages you today. I really do. I care about you. I love you. And more importantly, Jesus loves you and cares about you. And don't forget, He knows you better than anyone else. And He is waiting for you to come to Him with all of your burdens, because He cares for you. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.